The photographic recreations by Senegalese photographer Omar Victor Diop speak to the heritage of elaborate studio photography in Africa. In his 2014 series, Project Diaspora, he recreated 12 portraits in which he poses as notable black people from history between the 15th to 19th centuries. On his website, his project is introduced as being a journey through time, which delves into and exposes less spoken narratives of the role of Africans out of Africa. In one interview, he explains how he wanted to look at these historical black figures who did not fulfill the usual expectations of the African diaspora, insofar as they were educated, stylish and confident, even if some of them were owned by white people and treated as the exotic other. Among the portraits recreated by Diop, there is Jean-Baptiste Belley, a Saint Dominican and French politician, painted by Girodet in 1797. Born in Senegal, Belley was a former slave from Saint-Domingue in the French West Indies, who bought his freedom with his savings. Diop's recreation shares the upward gaze and relaxed pose against a column, but adapts many details. The photographer excludes the bust of philosopher Guillaume Thomas Raynal, a supporter of the abolition of slavery, who had just died at the time Belley was painted, and inserts a football under his arm. Football motifs are frequently recurring in Diop's Project Diaspora, drawing parallels between modern-day footballers in Europe and the men in the original paintings. We see this, for example, in his recreation of William Hawes' 1733 portrait of Ayuba Suleiman Diallo, author of one of the earliest slave narratives, in which Diop photographs himself holding a red and white football. In Juan de Pareja, the Spanish painter depicted by Diego Velázquez around 1650, he holds football boots. In Saint Benedict of Palermo, he holds a golden football, replacing the open book depicted in the original 18th century statue. These strikingly contemporary objects present modern-day audiences with immediately recognisable connotations of fame and wealth, which, arguably, encourages us to revisit the original paintings to search for any equivalent objects. Yet, as Diop explains in one interview, football is also an interesting global phenomenon that often reveals where society is in terms of race. When you look at the way that the African soccer royalty is perceived in Europe, there is a very interesting blend of glory, hero worship, and exclusion. Every so often you get racist chants or banana skins thrown on the pitch, and the whole illusion of integration is shattered in the most brutal way. It's that kind of paradox that I'm investigating in the work. Although this project marks the first time that Diop has put himself in front of the camera, he is not comfortable with the photographs in Project Diaspora being called self-portraits. Instead, he explains, they are metaphorical portraits in which the idea of black identity is central.